Disney's been struggling with translating some of their animated classics to live action, but has everything changed with Lilo and Stitch? Let's talk about it. My daughter and I were able to go and see an early screening of Lilo and Stitch, the latest Disney live-action animated conversion, which is a little bit of a blend between live-action and animated work because it employs so much use of CG technology. The movie actually starts off as like a straight-up CG animated tale because we're out in space and we're getting the origins of this Experiment 626, later to be known as Stitch, and we see all of these funky aliens getting along, all of these different types of creatures from different types of galaxies, and it's actually a very cool sequence. Hannah Waddingham from Ted Lasso is actually playing the leader of all of these characters, and she's quite regal and does justice to the character, and it was fun to listen to her and watch this gelatinous collection of aliens from everywhere interact with each other. Some slapstick comedy in there as well as people are wrangling with what to do with 626, and that's kind of the through line with this character and this now movie series, because there's a bunch of animated work with Lilo and Stitch as well. Stitch is just this crazy, subversive, destructive force, and everywhere he goes, bad things happen. It happens around him. He doesn't purposefully want to destroy everything. He just can't help himself because he's invincible, and he's super strong and super fast and has all of these abilities. And so it's zany and hard to kind of track and keep focus because he's just a whirling dervish. He's everywhere. You're just watching this character just wreak havoc across all of the lives that it touches. And it's fun. Just like the animated movie is absolutely super crazy, super fun. It's this great juxtaposition of all this incredible alien technology and this very grounded, down-to-earth, authentic feeling, new reality in Hawaii, where Stitch meets up with this family of these two sisters who are getting through life and also grappling with the absence of their parents. And the performances from this family, specifically Maya Kealoha, who plays Lilo, and her sister Nani, played by Sydney Agudong, are both really fantastic. I think, obviously the Lilo character is quite young. There probably isn't a lot of acting experience with this new performer here, and she does a very admirable job of letting you into her life and her into your heart. You really do care for her, but it's really Sydney Agudong who carries the heft and the responsibilities of the film. She's trying to keep the family together, keep her jobs and the life that they have together from being devastated by anything. And there's a great deal of responsibility on this young woman. And she's very interesting and a very capable performer, and I was really impressed by the grounded, authentic kind of qualities of these relationships and the story component. And when you introduce Stitch into this, where he's got alien pursuers and he himself is just such this crazy threat, it does make you smile and smirk, but it's also quite endearing in some parts as well. And technically, I think Disney and its teams have done a really good job at presenting these disparate elements, these CG elements, and these real-life elements. There's obviously a nice surfing sequence in this thing as well. I mean, it's a fun film. It's not perfection. I don't think it's as impactful as the original animated film is. It's really hard to compete and compare with these distilled and labored on beautiful works of art that a lot of these Disney animated classics are. And Disney has not been able to match that. But, in this case, I think that there's an admirable quality because the first Lilo and Stitch film was a hand-drawn animated picture, and I think that Disney was probably going back and forth about making a CGI update or a sequel, and then these live-action movies started to happen, and some of them have been big hits, some of them not so much. And I think it was not a bad choice to go live action with this, even though it kind of constrains how wacky things can get visually just based on how you make something realistic. I think everybody did a pretty damn good job. I enjoyed the movie. Didn't blow me away, but I certainly appreciated its messaging and its themes and the performers. Billy Magnuson and Zach Galifianakis have got some fun stuff to do in this film, especially Billy Magnuson, who impresses me every time I see him on screen. He's great. Aliens in human costumes, and having to deal with that reality was always pretty fun. I enjoyed it. I think it's a lot of fun. If you're a big Lilo and Stitch fan, I think you're going to have a blast. But of course, I couldn't see this movie alone. I took my daughter to it. Here's my daughter Ruby with her thoughts. Hey Ruby, what did you think of Lilo and Stitch?
It was such a good movie. I loved watching it.
Were you surprised at how well they were able to translate from animated to live action?
Yes, definitely. This was my favorite out of the live action ones so far, and it was just really well done.
There was a huge dependence on CGI to make this movie possible. How do you think the filmmakers did?
I think they did pretty good overall. Like, I liked Stitch. He looked pretty real. There was one scene at the start of the movie, they went from an entirely CGI set to a real set, and that was like the only time where I was like, that one doesn't look as real now.
What did you think of the bad guys in the movie, Zach Galifianakis and Billy Magnussen?
I really like both of them. I definitely like Billy Magnussen more, and he kept getting electrocuted, and that was funny.
Did you like his outfits?
Yes, they were very nice. Very human, very realistic.
This is a movie that depends on the family dynamic. What did you think of the performances of everybody in the film?
I really liked Lilo's performance. She was great, and her sister was amazing too, very believable.
There are some iconic surfing sequences in this film. What did you think about how they pulled that off in live action?
It was very realistic. It made me want to surf, and I definitely would fall over a lot, so I probably won't, but...
Now, Stitch you're supposed to fall in love with. Did you fall in love with Stitch?
Yes, he's amazing. I want like a billion Stitch stuffies now.
What's your favorite thing about Lilo and Stitch?
I really like Stitch and his whole storyline. I liked how they were from space. It was very Star Wars at the start. I really liked that.
Do you recommend that people go and see Lilo and Stitch? And do you have to be a fan of the animated movies to enjoy it?
I definitely recommend it. Go see it. And no, you do not have to be a fan already, because I actually never watched the animated one, and I still love this movie. And now I really want to go watch the animated one.
What are you going to give Lilo and Stitch?
I'm going to give Lilo and Stitch a 9 out of 10.
Thank you so much, darling. Great insight as always. I liked it a little bit less than you. I'm going to give Lilo and Stitch a 7.5 out of 10.